Hello, hello. What is going on, everyone? This is
What up?
Cloud
What up?
Station
What up?
TV.
What's going on?
Hey, hey,
We're
hey!
ready.
Welcome back.
Good to
Great.
see you. So, thank you everyone for joining us. We already have a very active chat. We got Ray Sherrod in the house. Ray, how you doing, man?
It's
Cyber.
all I see is PS Now. Well, I do know I've chatted with him, and he's actually been he was playing this game that he told me to download. It was called, let me see if I can find it. Um, Enlisted. Because it's
Yeah, I
apparently
saw.
available.
Yeah.
He recommended it because it's like a military World War II stuff, but he's been playing it on his PlayStation 5, and so I had to give him. I was like, "You're playing on a PlayStation? Blasphemy! You're not allowed to do that." I was like, "So you finally decided to use that big old piece of equipment you bought?"
Right, just sitting up under there, up under the TV.
Yeah.
Is it like Sniper
Like the
Elite
best.
or?
I don't know. I haven't even tried it. I installed the app and I haven't touched it yet.
No, it's
I'm
So I don't
gonna have
honestly
to
know.
look
like
into
a
it.
Rogue Company PUBG-ish type one of those.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
have to
yeah,
look
yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got I1 in the chat who will
Oh,
be
he's
looking at this in the morning. Yeah,
Hey,
he's
hey, hey.
pretty far east. Like it's late for him
okay.
right now.
Ray
All the
All
way
Ray
in
right.
said it's
Romania.
Ray said it's similar to Battlefield.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Should be, yeah.
Eh,
I told him I was gonna try check it out because I like those kind of games.
Yeah,
Nice.
for
And we
sure.
got Stadia Vet Gaming in the chat. Wait, you're in the chat
Yeah.
and you're here? What's going on?
Somebody must have hacked my account.
Ah,
And
so,
we
for
have
sure.
Sednar. Am I pronouncing that right? Sednar in the chat. How you doing, man? Thank you for
What up?
coming. And we also got Paul Bayram. Thank you for coming. It's nice to see you, Paul.
What up, Paul?
And Ray all over the place. Ray,
Yeah.
you're everywhere. Ray is everywhere. So,
Oh yeah.
saying, "Yo, PS Now enlisted on PS5 Battlefield." Okay, Battlefield with a typo. Battlefield written correctly. Then it's free.
It's free, man.
Dropping those promos for that game.
Dropping the
Yeah,
promos for the PlayStation. Gonna have to do a PlayStation community
I,
network.
I saw something somebody shared something on Twitter, and I don't know who it was, but it was just literally an image of the old Xperia cell phone opened
Oh,
up, and you
it's
could see the
gem.
PlayStation controls. Yeah, I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I remember trying to buy one of those on eBay just because I wanted one.
They need to revive that. They need to make a 5G, 5 gigahertz version of that.
I saw it on.
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't buy it on eBay was because I couldn't afford it. It was a little too pricey. It was above my price range.
I wouldn't go for that because it's got older tech in it and will work. Even if you were to get a cloud gaming service working on it, it would work like a disaster. Like it probably has
You know what
2.4
though?
gigahertz Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you know what? Not and this is purely speculation, which would be hilarious if it turned out to be true. But remember, Sony's is hiring for a mobile focused person. What would be
Yep.
super awesome is if they came out with a new phone like that Xperia, but geared towards, say, PS Now and their mobile division that they're going to be doing. Because they already said they're working on bringing their first party stuff to mobile. But what better way to have a PlayStation phone again? And I would just be like that. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Which is crazy because they just announced their new phone lineups, the Xperia 1 3 or Mark 1 3, whatever you want to call it. And it has a, what is it, 4K display, 120
I
hertz.
can't.
I think
I
I
keep
saw
track.
an
They've
advertising
been
for
in
that. And
like. Oh, go
Like
ahead.
No, I was
I
saying
was
that
gonna.
would be. Go ahead.
Go ahead, JD.
No, I was
JD,
just wanting
then
to
Ved,
finish
then
on my.
me.
I was just trying to finish on my thought. Like that would be crazy if they, PS Now was a mobile app on that phone and you running at 4K 120 frames from your PS5. Like, how dope would that be?
Well, I
man.
did see though with the well, I'll wait till we dive into the news because I think it ties in with some of the news that we have.
Yeah,
But no,
we're gonna cover
that would be awesome to have that. But I was like, for everybody out there that's been saying, God, Sony doesn't say anything. I don't know because there's a lot of stuff Sony's been dropping info that's been coming out Sony related more than in the last like month that I'm
Right.
used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because Sony like kind of doesn't do anymore right now the big spokesperson thing of going on stage making big announcement. But with COVID, it's pretty hard to do that, and it's never really been their thing. But they keep doing blog
Yeah.
posts where they announce things here and there. They're going big. It's just
Face
different
crook.
mentality.
What's going-
It's a Japanese company and all that. But yeah. Hey, hi, Face Crook. Good to see you.
What up,
How's it
Face
going,
Crook,
gentlemen?
man?
I will be right back, gentlemen. I just gotta get my son.
Nice to see you, man.
Yep.
So yeah, what I was gonna say about the that new Xperia device, I actually remember just seeing advertising as I was working with I was at work filling some paperwork, and I had like just my Twitter page open just to see what was going on at the same time, and I saw like an advertising pop up of
Yeah.
the Xperia phone, and they were talking about connecting it to the PS5 to like remote play, but like if there was special features for that
Yeah.
for the PS5. So I'm really curious. I tried to look a moment ago and I couldn't find anything. I'm really curious to see if they actually have any enhancements in the device for the PlayStation 5 for streaming games, and if it could support PS Now, which would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be definitely amazing, man.
They need to bring back mobile support for PS Now.
Yeah.
Because that used to be there with the Xperia Z devices.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's been there in the
Yeah.
past. It almost certain it's coming back very soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Get my pillow
with
out of
this,
the-
we're
off
just
the
gonna
beach.
go around. JD, what have you been playing this week, and how have things been for you?
Oh man, so I've been playing. If people follow me on Twitter, I finished up Spider-Man Miles Morales. I posted a screenshot of me getting the trophy. So great game, awesome game. If you're on the verge of buying it, definitely check it out. It's definitely a must buy. And and I've been playing Ratchet and Clank. I saw DrSpaceman streaming Ratchet and Clank on PS Now the other night, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta finish up the 2016 one." I was on the final boss, so I went back and started playing that.
Yeah, I remember finishing playing and seeing like looking on my PlayStation app on mobile and seeing you were live playing on PS5. It's like, ooh, that's a good. It's seriously like Insomniac. I think is one of the highest quality game studio ever. Like every game they hit, they're straight out of production, top quality, almost no bugs. I've rarely heard about their games being broken or anything, and it's
Nah.
always hits after hits after hits.
Exactly, and it was the 60 frames, 4K 60 frames update. So I have forgot all about that, and I was like, "Oh man, this feels nice." Playing it
I
again.
can't wait to try the updated version of that game. That's good. Any other game other than that, JD?
I'm trying to play Outriders, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff. What about you, Stadia Vet?
Red Dead on Stadia. Well, yeah. So I've been all over the place. I did Red Dead on Stadia. I've been doing
Got that on record. What I think Scrick says.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I've also been diving into what else? I did Marvel's Avengers on PS Now when they finally got the daggone app updated. But because I was just curious performance wise how, and to me, I didn't see any difference really, besides the fact that you can't I had to start over, because it's not compatible. But otherwise, performance wise, it was right on par with Stadia. I mean, I didn't see any difference.
I tried it. Textures in the environment are a bit lower. Like it's
Right.
not as sharp as Stadia. But Stadia is kind of halfway between the generations. But
Yeah.
it plays extremely well. There is no problem at all with that version.
I
It's
I
really a
did
good
try
version.
also. I did dive into Red Dead Redemption, the first one. I actually tried it online. Jesus, who invited this cowboy in?
Yeah, what is the cowboy
You-
doing here?
He loves us losers, man. He loves us.
I
man.
know
Can't get
he
enough.
made trash talk, but look, he's always in here watching.
He's always-
so-
he's our
and
number one hater.
But he also does. Remember, he always says, "I'm a huge PlayStation fan," and
Yeah.
he says. But no, so I also
got screenshots.
tried out. I also tried out Red Dead Redemption, the first one, on PS Now, and I actually tried it online. But that is a little bit different than Red Dead 2 online, because even though it has free roam, there's a lot of people that I didn't realize there were that many people that played Red Dead online on PlayStation Now, or just PlayStation in general.
The
because
first
I
one?
was getting there were tons of people on there. I think I died half a dozen different times.
Oh man.
So, and then I did try Ride 4 on Amazon Luna, because I happened to see the motorcycle games are not my forte. Usually if I do any type of racing game, the only one I'm good at is Need for Speed. If it's a true racing game like NASCAR, things like that, that is just I'm the weak link. The only thing I'm good at in those kind of games is causing accidents, so I can try to win.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You're good at Wreckfest, then. The Demolition Derby game.
I haven't tried that. I know it's on PS Now. I actually have not tried that one, but I remember when it came out, and I've been wanting to try it because it reminded me of, on the original PlayStation, Demolition Derby.
Yeah.
Or, no, not Demolition. Destruction Derby.
Destruction Derby.
Yeah.
I had the second one.
Yeah,
it was
one
good.
and two were my favorite, and I happened to. I actually
man.
saw somebody else posted on Twitter, I think, or it was a clip on YouTube that they were going live at some point, but I don't remember who it was. But somebody was playing. What's the one with the? God, I can't think of the name of it now. It was another one, kind of where you race around and you destroy stuff, but it was originally
Destruction
on the
All-Star?
No, I'm gonna have to.
That's a new
Twisted
PS5
Metal?
game.
Yes, that one. There we go.
Twisted Metal. Yeah.
I saw that was on PS Now, and those were. I used to love the Twisted Metal games. Those were so fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff.
The soundtrack. I think I like the soundtracks more than I did the game, though.
just release the soundtrack for a Stadia Vet.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna play it on this piano back here.
You know what? The only soundtrack the only album I'm still waiting to drop I've been waiting since the 90s, is Powerline from Goof Troop. I'm still waiting on that album to get released. I'm still waiting for that Powerline one.
Oh man. Oh man.
Good stuff.
Ooh,
So,
Twisted Metal
as
Black
for
was a good one.
myself,
Yeah.
as usual, every Sunday nights for a while now, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation Now. God, I love that game. It's a big open world. It's like almost like Breath of the Wild mixed up with Assassin's Creed, mixed up with some other stuff. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday I decided to stream. Well, some other days I've been busy not playing because I was doing actually that little spinning thing and a few other things. But having fun with that. But yesterday I did a stream. Just wanted to go on PlayStation Now. I thought like maybe play 5 or 6 games, explore around. Started with Sonic Generations, which I kind of liked. I'm not a Sonic fan. I apologize to anyone I offend saying that. But I'm not a fan of Sonic because even though the level design is amazing, you just go through too fast through it. Like, you don't appreciate anything in the levels. It's just, boom, you're finished. And jump into another level and you're finished.
I agree with you. I said that before. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I love Sonic, the character and the world.
I've tried them too. I haven't tried them on PS Now, but I remember the last time I played like one of those, the new, besides the Sega Genesis, I think was on GameCube, but the storylines were, and maybe might have been Dreamcast I played one on as well, but I remember all of those stuff, and I've been wanting to try out more of the Sonic stuff on PS Now just to dive into it.
Yeah. They got all the Sonics on PS Now, man. If you guys don't know, they got Sonic Generations, Sonic 1, 2. Did I take you out of there? My bad. Get Vet out of here, man. He doesn't need to be here. Sonic CD and all of that, yeah.
It might already exist, but what I like is like a Sonic game, but built more like a Mario 64 or Mario Galaxy, but maybe short amount of like dashing through the screen, getting to the end of the level, whilst having some other levels where you actually get to explore the world, interact with the characters, and like that. I feel like that would be good for the franchise. Maybe it exists, and I just haven't played that game. But I feel like that would be a good new direction for Sonic,
Yep.
because I'm not a fan of just rushing through levels one after the other and not taking your time to see what's around. And
Yeah.
other than that, in that large series of game I was supposed to explore, then I got into one of the Ratchet and Clank. Actually, is it Into the Nexus? Not sure of the title anymore. But anyway, one of the Ratchet and Clanks that games that's on PlayStation now, and I stopped there because it reminded me how much of a fan of Ratchet and Clank I am. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus.
Okay.
It's one of the rare titles in that series that I didn't play before. And man, Ratchet and Clank is just good. It's, to me personally, it's the perfect game design. You get great characters, great graphic, like really well developed games. Hey, Game Tech Planet, good to
Hey, what's
see
up?
you.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
So the worlds look amazing. The lore they made behind it's super cartoonish, but at the same time they built something really interesting, like the character, the world. They like some funky superheroes in there, but that they keep calling Ratchet because they're in trouble and all that. And it's a really good game. And the weapons, as you use them, gains XP and they become more powerful. But
Yeah.
it's not just the stats. The weapons evolve and they act differently as they level up.
Yeah.
And you can also invest some geranium in it, or some resources that you
nice.
find to do some upgrades. So it's really a complex game that they made. Every one of them are built about the same way, but it's still fun, like to grind a game. It's one of my favorite titles. So I ended up streaming that for the rest of the evening
Yeah.
and not exploring other games because this game keeps hooking me in. And now I really can't wait to get back into the 2016 version on PS4 once I get a PS5
Yeah.
that they did the upgrade, and then into the Rift. So that'll be just great. Can't wait. Super Lucky Tail, Ratchet and what? I've never tried that, by the way. I don't know. Been surprisingly, people with PS Now got a buddy into it. Yeah, we need upgrades, but it's working so much better than it used to. PS4 titles are now in 1080p. This is amazing. So we just
Yeah.
need mobile
Yeah.
support, and also, like, I got this little device here, the NVIDIA Shield Pro, that does upscaling.
Yeah.
So if they can do mobile support, I'll be able to install it on there and play in 4K.
Yeah. Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, really looking forward to that. Oh, it did not mute.
That's
So
Uh-oh.
that's the round table for the start. So any other subject you guys wanted to talk about before we jump into news?
Yeah.
No. Well, go for it, because I think some of the stuff I wanted to chat about was tied in with the news, so I'll hold off.
Oh,
So
Yep.
yeah, so Days Gone, that whole thing with PlayStation and the sequel and all of that stuff. There was an interview with the Twisted Metal maker, David, and
Dave Jaff, yeah.
Yep. And with the Days Gone, the person that was on the staff there, and they had like a 4-hour YouTube interview, and just overall talking about, how development is, defending Sony. Sony knows what they're doing. Kind of the same stuff we've been preaching and saying, hey, Sony knows what they're doing. Nothing really is going on with Sony, even though it looks like it's a lot of shakeup, but just because there's shakeup doesn't mean that they don't have plans, or they're not focused on what they need to be focused on. So
Yeah.
that was the whole
My-
interview in a nutshell.
My personal opinion on this, and I know it's not the most popular opinion of all,
Yeah.
I think it's way too soon to start doing a sequel for that, given everything that is happening. That game is barely 2 year old. It's still new. It's still in the sell window that Sony can still promote it and sell a lot of copies.
Yeah.
A game on PlayStation, especially like PlayStation exclusives, normally have like a 5 year lifespan. That over 5 years they'll keep selling it, and it'll still be like a actual game, like it'll be kept up to date and all that. So like even Horizon Zero Dawn that came quite a few years ago is
Yeah.
still selling, and now they're doing the sequel that they're going to release soon. But the first one has released quite a while ago.
Yeah.
So Days Gone, I think it was way too early for a sequel. So, and I think there are other game genres that they need to work on, especially like it's made by Sony Band. The Sony
Yeah.
Studio
Sony
Band.
Yep.
You have to look like a lot of people are asking for different games that they want instead of like they canceled that, but they could do that instead, and that you have to look at specifically each studio's what they can do. So, The Last of Us Remastered has nothing to do with Days Gone. So
Nah.
even if they cancel one, it doesn't mean they'll be able to do the other one.
Right.
Sony Band have been making Days Gone, but before that, there's other titles they've been doing. And in general, like I know I'm stretching it a bit far, but if you look at other studios, like they always had more like a military tactical shooters. Lately, it's been more with SOCOM.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing how Guerrilla has been successful with Horizon Zero Dawn, they actually supported it with a lot of DLC over time and did some updates on it.
Yep.
And now they will release the sequel to that. So Horizon Forbidden West, which is looking like it's going to be an amazing game once again.
Yep.
And now that's one of their A-listers that they can put up front that's automatically almost gets a over 9 out of 10 score on every game reviews. Some will give it a masterpiece score.
Yeah.
As for Days Gone, on the other hand, came out 2 years ago, and it didn't do that well on the review side. Like I think like the Metacritic must be around 8 out of 10, maybe even a bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
So logically, Sony like might want to keep that going, but they're not in a hurry to bring a sequel to that. They might want to bring other IPs forward instead that might work better and get more attention. And since with Guerrilla we're not getting a SOCOM game because they're busy with Horizon Forbidden West, I was thinking there's another franchise that Sony Band has been doing.
I gotta grab my kid.
Yep.
No problem. See you later.
Okay.
That.
See you.
So there is another title that they've been doing in the past that actually falls in line closer to the SOCOM, like military tactical infiltration and all, and it's Siphon Filter,
Yep.
which they haven't done in a while. So they could prioritize bringing that back. That would bring a lot of fan back from that series. It's been very popular.
Yep.
So that would be a good revival. So I think, and also just lately there's actually one of the head of the studio that just updated his LinkedIn, and he said that he's actually just started work on one of the most ambitious project of his life right now over at Sony Band. And so they got stuff going. They didn't just shut him down. They said they probably told him like, instead of doing this, we really want you to make this because it's going to fill a gap right now in our lineup.
Yeah.
So it's all like extrapolation of data and looking at that. Like I'm doing a guess here, but I'm thinking that it's probably what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Ross, he said it in the interview. He said, hey, because he asked him, he was like, oh, I know you guys probably wasn't even thinking about a sequel. And he's like, yeah, when most people make new IPs, they got assets lying around and ideas for the next one, but they normally just focus on the first game and try to get that out the door. And then the reception of that and other ideas, they'll implement it if a sequel does get green-lit. So, and then another point, like I posted on Twitter, hey, a lot of people look at the state of play game from Sony and be like, hey, they showing us all these indies, all these non-AAA title. Oh, Snorefest, and as soon as something like this get out, they're bad with indie developers and all this stuff.
It's what Sony keeps promoting. You follow them on Twitter. I
Yeah.
keep getting notifications. It's all indie titles all day long.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah.
And Days Gone sequel might not be canceled, might just be put on ice for now because it's
Yeah.
too soon.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that game just came out. They got a bunch of IPs, a lot of stuff been sleeping. Like you said, they got Siphon Filter, SOCOM, a lot of stuff people want back. You know what I mean? So it's not. It's too early to say Days Gone. It's not going to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I had to get the table real quick.
That's good.
Needed my Coronas.
Perfect. All right. So, I guess you missed the whole conversation, but what's your opinion on the? Okay.
Oh, go ahead. I heard most of it. There you go. Which part again? Just I heard bits and pieces, but because I was trying to keep the headphones on, but I got my kid with his cartoons blaring.
Yeah.
We were talking about Days Gone sequel possibly being canned for other projects that they're working on.
I could see people getting mad about it because I mean we know gamers, that's just what we do. We're gonna get pissed. But I could see, I don't know if it's a bad thing or yeah, it sucks you're gonna cancel a game, but you're obviously there's a reason behind it that we don't fully know. So if you're working on something else, you're canceling a bigger game to work on something else. It's got to be something that's going to top what people were wanting. So I don't know. I mean, I think people are going to be pissed about it, but I want to know what's the reason?
Right, but they never announced it. But they never announced it. He's gone to. So how are we mad about something that wasn't announced?
Well, because we're gamers and that's what we do. Because we're gamers, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to JD a moment ago, it's like I think what might happen is that they canceled it to go work on another project that might be more needed, like Siphon Filter, for example, which looks more like SOCOM. That's not happening anytime soon because of Guerrilla been busy with Horizon Zero Dawn. So Forbidden West. So
I want a new Soldier of Fortune.
Hopefully we got something in that line soon. So we'll have to see what Sony brings us.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they got some interesting stuff cooking.
Yeah, I mean I've dug up some PlayStation news, so I've got game wise I do know a few games that they've been dropping trailers for. So when we get to that point, I can talk about those that I've seen.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know anything about being crazy, man. I'm the sanest person you'll ever meet.
Yeah, like I say, it's probably just put on ice. It's probably not canceled. It's just very soon for a sequel.
Yeah.
So I face crook. So we're gonna have to see.
Maybe they're just gonna take a while. Look how long it took to get. How long did Cyberpunk take?
I'm still awaiting the release of that game. We just got the early access now.
I mean, look at Metroid Prime 4. Like, how long is that?
Yeah, they should have just. I'm surprised if you go on Steam, it doesn't for Cyberpunk. It just literally doesn't say early access. There's going to be issues.
Oh man,
play this game and we'll pay you.
Right.
Eddie, what's up, buddy?
Oh, Eddie Player One is in the chat. Good to see you, man.
What's good?
Look at that YouTube profile. Just that face.
Yeah,
He's so serious.
It's all.
Man, he's about to get me, man. He's player one. He's like, nah, man, I'm player one. You're player two.
Blue Steel.
Is that where that came from, Eddie? Man, is that where that came from? You was fighting people on the games, just like, yo, I'm player one. You're in my house. Yo.
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
So on the news front, we got the God of War creator claims Sony is looking at counterpunch to Xbox Game Pass. So yeah, the guy behind God of War actually shared some details, not exactly details. He kind of hinted at some stuff coming. Basically, he explained that they're cooking up something to match what Xbox is doing with Game Pass. Some of the stuff they did did come up here and there is that they were gonna combine it with their animation service for Japanese animes. and what was the other thing? There was different service they were combining together, and they want PlayStation Plus to be included in that. So they're working on something. Some have been saying that apparently it's really good. He's got a first, he knows a lot of people are actually working part of that project. So Sony is actively working on something to make a PlayStation bundle that will rival Game Pass.
You know, and I look at it, to me, I took that as that's pretty big, because it's not Sony saying something, it's a developer coming out and hinting at something, and not just any developer. I mean, you get somebody that created like something like God of War. I would take that guy seriously.
Yeah.
So because I develop when you see the news and everybody's complaining, and I know it's all tied because of the MLB stuff and all of these things, and this and that, but you have a big time developer, the creator of a game that was a massive success. I mean, each one of them were amazing games for the God of War franchise, and says they're cooking something up. Just sit back and wait and watch. I've read speculations tied with what they're cooking up, and I think it's just nobody knows, because it's like I said, we said before in the past, it's Sony and they don't say anything. So anything we can dig up is just somebody probably guessing, like it could be maybe they're going to add movies and television. I'm hoping, what I would love to see is do the movies and music, movies, TV shows, add it all and throw in the PS Now, because Game Pass is literally, that would be a step above Game Pass. If you added games, movies, television, and the cloud gaming stuff on top of that, like PlayStation, Xbox Game Pass can't touch that then, because they're just geared towards games.
Yeah,
you've already one upped them, and they may come up with something else, but they don't really focus on movies and things like that. And not to mention, Sony's already got a massive entertainment collection as it is. So,
right.
Speaking of, I was going to bring that news later, but that big deal they did with Netflix. They were bringing all the PlayStation related movies, so Uncharted and Ghost of Tsushima. And there could be more in the future, but also like Morbius and Spider-Man and all that are headed to Netflix. And it'll be like, once they're done in theater, it'll be going directly to Netflix. It's a solid deal they did with him.
Maybe we'll see a Ratchet and Clank movie.
There actually was one. If you play the 2016 game, they actually took all the cutscenes and did a movie out of it.
Oh, made it. Or we could see, give me a God of War style movie. I'd be good with that too.
Yeah.
But I find this very interesting. As is that where the deal stopped? Like they were talking about doing a Game Pass deal. Could they be aligned with? Yeah,
that would be a big thing to align with the streaming service, because obviously, I mean, that puts them to compete with like on part. I mean, not only are you're taking a step above over Game Pass, you're kind of going after like a service like Twitch and Amazon Prime, because now you've moved into those kind of territories as well. And Netflix is the biggest, is the big dog on campus still, regardless of all the other streaming packages. Every streaming service comes out and they gear up towards towards Netflix. Netflix is the style, is like the gold standard, and that's what you compete to. And for Sony to team up with that would be phenomenal, I think, at least in my opinion.
Right. I mean, we've been saying this in the past few podcasts that, hey, it would be great if Sony, like I said, Sony PlayStation Studios is gearing towards that Marvel cinema, whole one universe thing. If they do that with Netflix and add movies into PS Now, like that whole thing, like you said, say that makes it one step above to keep people in that ecosystem. Like, hey, I just played Uncharted the game. Oh, I'm about to watch Uncharted the movie, and then Uncharted whatever.
Imagine the next step with that is this is just a lovely speculation thing, but imagine not only partnering with that, but with Netflix, but watching a movie and adding like a picture-in-picture while you're playing a game. So you could play a game, have a movie, or something along the same lines. Like that would just be crazy.
Yep, exactly.
Didn't Netflix experiment with that, having some TV shows
Netflix,
you could control stuff?
Minecraft. Netflix actually at one point they had that Minecraft, not the Minecraft. What was it? The Minecraft Story Mode or something like that. One of those other Minecraft spin-offs. They actually had that where you could watch it, but you used your remote and you actually did all the choices and stuff. So they delved into experimenting with like choose your own adventure type game things. Yeah.
Black Mirror did it on Netflix, where it's like a choose that path, that Black Mirror movie that they had.
Yep. Yeah. And Minecraft was the biggest one that I think really kind of said, hey, we're going to try this out and see what happens. But I was like, oh, that's kind of, and I had one of my kids tried that and was actually interested in it because it was just something different. You don't really see that on a streaming service to be able to kind of play a game.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh Lord, is Netflix trying to get into cloud gaming or something similar? I was like, oh my goodness.
Right.
They got a big deal coming. We never know what they could be doing with Sony. So
Netflix and Sony, man, there's your Netflix of games.
Yeah, there it is.
That's what everybody wants.
Hey,
it's not just Netflix of games,
Eddie,
Netflix and games.
Yeah,
Netflix.
You heard it here first, guys.
And
you heard it here first.
So Eddie Player One asked us. He said, "Do we believe that Ragnarok God of War will come in 2021 or delayed to next year?" I think that depending on when Horizon release, if Horizons don't release around Halo, then that's their Halo. That's their counting to Halo.
iFaceCrook is saying like, is it going to be like over expensive? I don't know. Game Pass. If you look at Game Pass, how much it costs and how much they're offering, it should be way more expensive. They're losing a lot of money with that. Netflix actually has a lot of deals. Like if you buy the new Chromecast, Google TV, you actually get like a big amount of money that's worth way much more than a Chromecast credited to your Netflix account. And they're doing a lot of deals like that here and there. So.
And I look at it as like, Sony can be greedy, but you're telling me that Microsoft isn't?
Yeah.
Come on now. Microsoft, almost everything they do is a subscription now. Windows, they're already turning Windows into a subscription. Office is a subscription. If you want Office, you got to pay for that now. Monthly
Xbox
or
All
annually.
Access. Xbox.
Yep.
That's a whole subscription.
And to get the All Access, you got to have good credit because they just don't give that to anybody.
Yeah.
Just
like,
imagine
I'm sorry,
for Netflix. Like Netflix has been bleeding subscribers lately because of Disney Plus and every single big subscription service that's been coming out, like Peacock and all that.
They gotta they obviously still Netflix obviously still has money because I saw though that they just announced they're starting to film a new movie with Will Smith in it and somebody else. But they're going to be filming it. They relocated it down to Louisiana.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. So they've got they're not afraid to. Netflix is definitely not afraid to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
They got a big couch full of money there. But I'm just saying, combining that with like the PlayStation Platinum, for example, like whatever premium service they come up with.
Yeah.
Like if that service ends up being like $20-$25 a month, but it includes Netflix, it includes a lot of like a lot of day and date games coming out, PlayStation exclusives and all that. It becomes a seriously interesting option for consumers. And Netflix is gaining back a lot of customers that will be locked in their service because it comes with too much of a good value.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's why Disney has been rocking it, because you've got Disney Plus, you've got Hulu, and you've got ESPN Plus. It's smart. It's just business. It's smart business. Microsoft
vertical
is a
development.
Well, yeah. Well, it's Microsoft. I wouldn't expect anything less from them.
Yeah. For sure.
So that's an interesting piece of news. And there's another one here that JD just gave me before we came on, like a few minutes.
Wow.
PlayStation Now
That
service
is
reportedly expanding to
ooh.
India.
Ooh, they got ahead of Google on that one.
Oh man,
That is a
Stadia.
very interesting news. So it's
Yeah.
not confirmed yet, but apparently they're working towards achieving that, and that they're not too far from doing it. So
That's
if
a
that
big that
happens,
I would man, they're gonna they're gonna be upgrading then in the background. If they add, because that's a huge market. I mean, just
Right.
think of like what the Google already had. I mean, Google has a pretty good hold on like phones and things like that in India. That I mean, that's just the market. They
Right.
use technology and they do, but Sony just kind of said, "We're gonna one up all you guys. We're gonna get India first."
Right. Oh man, that's a
and
huge
That
boost.
gives them a big advantage over all of the other platforms right now because
Yeah.
I mean Luna's what, just the US? Did they add anything? I
not
know
just only US.
Xbox said, well, we're getting ready to add someplace in South America, and Google hasn't really expanded since they flipped the switch for some places overseas and North America, but people in
Nvidia
India
is
are
going to
waiting.
Brazil.
Yeah, and people in India, man, they've been waiting for something, and I give a lot of props to Sony for that one because they one upped everybody on getting a service started out there. Whenever they flip that switch on.
Right.
It's since Stadia came out, like you go into every forum, it's one of the things that comes back. When is the service coming to India? We want it in India. When is it coming to India?
So you can't, yeah. So for people to say, well, Sony doesn't listen. Sony's listening to somebody. Sony's got some sneaky ninja spies out there listening because they
So Luna
they just
is
don't.
out there in India, excluding the Fire TV queue. So they're in India.
Oh yeah,
So
Luna?
but
I'm on the website right now. Which countries
Huh.
can access Luna? United States, United Kingdom, Canada,
but
Japan.
No,
yeah,
it's not officially.
yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
I'm able to access Luna in Canada. I've played it for 2 weeks, but I'm not allowed to subscribe to it. It refuses my Canadian credit card.
Oh man.
So it's possible to play it in Canada, but
Yeah.
I had to go through somebody in the United States to actually
To pay for,
activate my
to try
account.
it out.
Oh man.
And then I got to log in here, and I was able to play in Canada. But Luna right now is still exclusively in the United States.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Gotta use a VPN.
So yeah. So I came across a trailer and I found it on YouTube though, but it is a new game. Well, I guess it's not really a new game, but it was a trailer for PlayStation 5, but it was Silent Hill. And I was like, I watched the trailer, I was like, ooh. But it said I think it was coming soon in like 2024.
Oh man.
I was like, man, you dropped the trailer a wee bit early there, didn't you? That's one heck
It's
of a teaser trailer.
It's not a trailer. It's a
Yeah,
teaser.
I was like, that's a heck of a teaser. But I was just like, I remember the Silent Hill games though, so I was like, But think of when a game like that comes out, and how the progression that the PS5 would have by then, for a game to utilize, all that fancy tech
Mhm.
that's going to be that Sony crammed in that PS5. So it'll be exciting to see what games are coming to like PlayStation and things like that. And I mean, there's been all kinds of news dropping lately with regards just with PlayStation in general. I know with that major system update, and there were some. I didn't. So obviously, I don't have a PS5, and I'm not going to a scalper on eBay to buy one because that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I've been reading
Yeah.
like what the system update had in it because some of the stuff is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's some good
Okay.
stuff.
Hey, I was mistaken. They were saying that you should be able to access Luna through the Fire TV, which is available in those countries. But yeah, it's only in the United States. So yeah, I was wrong.
So just to circle back to the PlayStation Now coming to India news, there's something that it makes me think about. It's the fact that India is heavily invested in mobile. A lot of games over there have success in mobile only because everyone has a mobile cell phone over there, and a lot of people actually don't own home computers or gaming
Well, and
consoles.
isn't
They're exclusively mobile.
internet service isn't. I don't know. Is that really how good? Speed wise, and quality of internet. I don't know how things are like overseas compared to the States and Canada and places like that. But if and I know like that's a lot of things. Even when you look at stuff, when you see people from other sometimes like that, they are streaming. It's always on their phone. So that's a key ingredient into getting PS Now on mobile devices with whether it's 4G LTE, it's 5G service, but just to have it on the mobile device is a big step.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a nice what if, like Anthony likes to say, the what ifs, but you can't, there's already an article saying that, they're planning on going to India. So, we'll see what happens. And when we get to prove him wrong, we will record that and replay it for him over and over.
Right. Hey, somebody save the show notes and
Yep.
And just gonna shuffle the news again because
Yep.
Sony's actually hiring a head of mobile to bring PlayStation Studios IP to phones.
And
so
that, yeah.
I mean,
those are mobile version of the games, but it could bring up other stuff with it.
Right.
Huh?
I mean, you're looking at how Crash Bandicoot did well on mobile. So you can just imagine, like, even Animal Crossing. I know it's not Sony, but Nintendo's dabbling in it with Mario Run and Animal Crossing. So just imagine Sony.
They had Dr. Mario on there. I mean, Nintendo took the first step, and Xbox. Well, even Xbox, Microsoft did that with what was it? The Forza game. They brought that to mobile.
Yeah.
The only one we haven't really seen is Sony, but so it'll be interesting. I'll be very interested to see the quality of what games they bring and the quality, and then there's got to be something else that they're doing. There's got to be another reason why they all of a sudden now they're deciding, hey, let's go to mobile. Let's try this out because I still personally think that it has something to do with the cloud stuff along with it.
So Sony actually has a Sackboy Run on mobile.
I forgot about that one.
See that.
Oh, I remember that game. I remember that game.
I don't know how it plays.
Man.
I might download it and see what's going on with that.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a PS3 game? Didn't it come with like the PS3?
I think it came with the PS3.
Or was it 4? Because I think they made a sequel to it. God, I don't remember. Where's Ray when we need him?
Uncharted, Fortune Hunter.
So they already got some games on there.
So they got some games on mobile.
So I'm very curious because they're building they're hiring somebody specifically for that. So like I said, I'll be very interested to see because I could see, do you like what happens when they get these games? Because one would think that they're probably going to need some good hardware, requirements, or do they tie in some way with the cloud, with cloud stuff to help kind of counteract with mid-range phones or low end phones, and you can still play that stuff.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's I don't know if that'll happen, but that would just be a whole nother level of gaming then.
Yeah,
PlayStation Now used to be supported on mobile. They just pulled it because it was on the older Xperia phones that were not geared for good cloud gaming.
Yeah, and who knows if they haven't been working on stuff behind the scenes for a while as they've been working on, fixing things with the servers and getting 1080p for stuff. And, we just don't know because we don't hear, they don't like to announce stuff. So we really don't know if they've been working on a new mobile app. I can't see that they wouldn't, but we don't know.
The one thing that made me get a Xperia phone when the PS4 came out was, you remember they had Drive Club, and they was promoting you can get Drive Club free if you buy a Xperia phone. And I went and got it for T-Mobile, and they had the Drive Club app on the phone because they were trying to get into that whole mobile department. So Sony, this isn't new for them, dipping their toes in the mobile market. So with all the updates and getting a new head and with the infrastructure nowadays with the network 5G and stuff, I mean, we'll see. It
wouldn't surprise me that it would not surprise me that they come out with a new phone. I don't, if they come come out with a new phone at some point down the road. Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me, and it's not like they're going to be like Microsoft and just buy a phone company out and then kill it right afterwards. So, sorry, sorry, Nokia, but
Or the Zoom.
yeah,
yeah.
They're not just going to get. Sony doesn't just give up. It's just that when it reaches a point that the technology's out of date, you got to let it go.
Yeah. For sure.
If they could just bring that old PlayStation phone that had like slide up with the controls. Oh man, that would be good.
Yeah.
Maybe someday. Like there's a lot of new flip phones with touch screens. I don't even want a foldable screen. I just want the controls hidden under.
Yeah.
Like hard control buttons.
Well, remember LG had the T phone that slid into a T. I think that, honestly, when I saw that, I was like, and then they announced that they were no longer doing phones. Like, part of me was like, I bet you it was the T phone that killed them.
Right.
I bet you it was the T phone.
Can I share what this phone looks like to everybody? This new Xperia phone.
Go for it,
man.
Yeah, you
make it true.
Share your screen.
Yeah, share your screen. Yeah, it should be.
It's a good looking phone.
All right, so yeah, there we go. So look at the specs on that, man. 4K HDR OLED display, 120 frames. Yep.
But look at the processor though. That's 5G. That's the Snapdragon 888. That's got the 5G built into it.
With 5G in there. Dolby Atmos.
Well, yeah, right there. Look at connectivity. It says it towards the bottom. Yeah, keep going down a little bit more.
Yep.
Yeah, 4G LTE, 5G sub 6. So that might be the one that works on T-Mobile. I believe.
What's sub 6?
Possibly, but I don't know. I don't know if
I'm
that's
not
T-Mobile.
familiar
But
with sub 6.
But this is what it looks like.
That's a 5G phone. I saw that. I only knew, even without seeing the connectivity, I knew with the processor it was using is 5G.
Yeah.
God, that's a better processor than what I got in my Note 20 Ultra.
Right.
God, I might be upgrading my phone soon.
Yeah. Right. It's better than what I got in my Pixel right now. So, yeah. Oh man, for sure.
And speaking of hardware, there's something else here that
That fancy
Sony's
packaging.
been doing Sony's actually been doing a push for the environment. They call it the zero. Hold on. Anyway, it's not important. Fully recyclable PS5 packaging. Road to Zero. Yeah, that's what they call it. So Sony has been doing a push to really like reduce the amount of unrecyclable plastic in their in their packaging and all that. And this is the PS5 packaging. It's what it comes in. And a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't look as good as the Series X because Series X has all that presentation. It's fancy and all that. But everything in there, I think there's like one small part that's not recyclable, like probably the plastic handle. Mm-hmm. But it might be recyclable in certain countries. But everything else, it's all paper. Like
DrSpaceman, does it come with a charger to charge your PlayStation 5?
If it doesn't, they probably borrowed that concept from Apple.
Right about where I'm pointing here, I think there's a headphone jack.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Oh well.
Yeah. Don't worry, folks, they got a battery pack you can put on for AA batteries.
Yeah, there it is.
But they actually tried to eliminate all the glue in the packaging, so it's using a folding system and like those old ties here to keep everything together. JD should know, or I think they're updating it to reduce as much as possible the pollution it produces. Nice. But did you have those still tie-in on your PS5 that you got, or and that paper packaging and all that?
No, I didn't get all that paper Nah, tires. Nah, I didn't get that.
Okay, so it's an update they're
you got
doing to the packaging.
You got the old
Yeah,
school
yeah.
packaging.
Yeah, I got the old school packaging, man.
You got that OG stuff.
I got my charger. I got my batteries.
There was a charging
I got
cable that you
everything.
were asking.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
see? Take a lesson, Apple. Take a lesson.
So yeah, I kind of find it awesome that they try to make an initiative, and it's across the board. It's not just for that.
So Paul said in the chat, yeah, mine was paper ties.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's nice. So yeah, it's a very good move. It's being conscientious, whatever that word. Thinking about the environment. Sorry, I'm French Canadian guy, so it's not my first language.
We're not in English class, guys. This is PlayStation. We don't care.
We're just gamers. Surprise our brain, you know. Can't think sometimes. Hey.
Stare at screens all day. You know how it is.
Drinking Mountain Dew, eating Doritos. Hey, yeah.
But yeah, it's especially for the PS5 that's moving a lot of unit. Like we're talking about, it's like the amount of plastic that is not recyclable and normally what they would be using for the packaging is humongous. Cool. Like you can make an island in the sea out of that plastic if you got all the systems with normal wrapping on it and put them together. It would make an island in the ocean. And Sony's trying to move away from that, from something that's recyclable. So congrats to them. They made something to change the world, make it a better place. So hats off to that.
Yeah.
But I'm from UK, so not sure.
Oh yeah, they
if
on
it's
top of
different
things
too
over
much.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they started with not like that, and they updated it to that. And I think the UK gets newer versions because you guys are closer. Like, okay, that's one of the things. Like, I don't want to do a rant about it, but I'm in Canada right now. PlayStation 5s are rare over here like crazy. And I read the news that the PlayStation 5 for 2 months in a row has been the most sold console in the UK.
Oh,
what gives? It cannot do that in Canada because we don't have the system to sell that many. PlayStation 5 in the UK outsells the Xbox Series S and X and PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch and all that. Where do you find the consoles to do that? So yeah,
because what they're doing is they're gonna get the PS Now up and running even better. So that way, when you can't find the system in your country, you can just play that stuff on cloud.
Look, it's regional free. You're gonna have to like pay Vet or somebody. You know, he's gonna. He's gonna have to ship it to you.
I'm gonna have to. If you can find it in the cart, I will do it. But I've been trying to. I get the alerts. GameStop's got PS5s, and as soon as I go, nope, sorry, we're sold out. Target. Well, I've been to Best Buy. Every time I go up near Best Buy, they literally, or Walmart or Target, they all will have signs on the door. We don't have any PS5s or Xbox in stock. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah. They can't even get them in the
UK got some. I know.
The other day at Walmart, there was a restock of the digital unit. They had seven units on the internet for the whole country. Canada. Canada is big. It's a humongous country.
Tell Drake to stop buying up all the PlayStation 5s for his OVO team.
I think this is bigger than, like, I remember when the PS3 came out and people were in line for days at Best Buy buying them. They ended up having, I remember this because when I was living in Virginia, they had people out there for 4 days in tents waiting before the release. And they didn't leave their, I don't even know, I didn't think to ask questions, but people were buying them and they ended up putting a limit because I remember there was a thing in the paper about it, how people were buying them at like $500 and then turning around and selling them on eBay for like 3 times as much. And I'm just like, man. Yeah. You get a PS5, is it worth keeping it or just flipping around and selling it on?
But people were able to do the line for hours back then. Now it's impossible. They're gone in seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Those are the ones when you find them, you're going to start seeing things like in the movies where they're just like fighting everybody. It's going to be a whole new fight night breaking out in the Walmart.
The Queen has shares of the PS5. She probably do.
Oh man,
she probably do.
That's the secret behind the royal family's wealth. They invested in PlayStation.
Drake's going to do a God's Plan 2 with PlayStation 5s, and he's going to give them out in the music video. So, you know.
What's so insulting also, like I got those alerts for the PlayStation and some people comment and all that. I tried to get one. I'm there like right at the beginning, but the site's like they crash and they actually let people go in at random and not in the earliest comment. And you see people like, I was just going to say, you see people comments like, yeah, I finally did it. I finally got a second one.
And I'm just, you got to just be like, there's some words coming out of your mouth that ain't nobody want to hear.
Yeah.
But
it's like,
could you imagine like if there was Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and things like that, where you used to rent the game systems? They wouldn't even be allowed to do that anymore. They would literally have to scrap that because someone would be like, all right, I got to rent this. I ain't never bringing it back now.
Right, exactly. I ain't never bringing it back. They're going to sell it and then they're going to pay Blockbuster off and they good.
Yeah.
So, did you guys see the latest some of the details in the PlayStation 5 update? Because I was like, God, the system ain't even been out that long, and it's already got and this wasn't like a minor system. Because you know, I think system update is like tweaks, but this was like a big time update. Like, I mean, there was some tidbits in there that I was like, this one, yeah, the storage expansion was a huge thing that I was like, oh. Because that eliminates the problem with having, you know, download issues. You know, for those that like to download, I'm not one of them, because I run out of storage space if I start doing that. But that is a major thing. Because I mean, because they were talking about it, and I think it was they're going to be doing the M2 drives, which means that to me that means that it's going to be swapping in and out, that you can just get them. And I know I heard somebody saying, well, they're going to just go up in price. Man, hard drives have come down in price. I remember when you didn't have terabytes were like thousands of dollars and nobody could afford it. You were just lucky if you could get a 500, a 768 megabyte hard drive.
Right.
And now like 3 terabytes is like $50 on sale at Walmart. And I'm just like, God.
Right. Yeah.
But it's crazy. This was the thing I liked.
Yeah, I mean, they said
somebody else wants to dive into it.
Yeah, they said that they was gonna come out with a storage option in the summer, so we're right around that corner. So that's the crazy thing. Is prepping for that thing, because right now Seagate expansion card for the Xbox Series X $219 for their SSD.
It's almost as much as the console.
Yeah, it's almost as much as the Series S, you know.
At that point, take a second Series S and just loop them together. And
double the power, man. Double the power.
Exactly.
Yeah, just a Series S sandwich. Like,
yeah, look, and like what Paul said, you can get a 1 terabyte micro SD card. I mean, they're like, it's like a dime a dozen almost for some of these things, and I'm just like, technology moves, but hard drive prices come down because it's just the way it works. But the social feature was what really interested me. That I thought was amazing because I'd never heard of that before.
Yeah,
with the share play thing,
you can do couch co-op with someone who has a PlayStation 4 in their house. That's pretty much what it is. So you have your PlayStation,
and it shares the controller too, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got your PlayStation 5. You can actually just send, like, one of your friends wants to play a game. Like, let's say you got Miles Morales on your PlayStation 5, and somebody who has a PlayStation 4 is like, I'm curious about trying it. Well, you can send them the image and a controller, and they can play the game. But I'm pretty sure I saw when I read it earlier.
It says vice versa, too. So, yeah, that is great. That is crazy.
But I'm not 100% sure. I might be wrong, but I think it's possible to do couch co-op, so that let's say you have a game that would normally like you're playing locally, so that it's not just online. Like you have both screens on. Well, on your PlayStation 5, you invite someone on a PlayStation 4 to play with you, like if they were a second player on the same screen, so you see your buddy's
Oh, that
screen
is
while you're playing your thing.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and
It's
I'm
amazing.
reading here, and it's pass a second controller virtually.
Yeah,
But then
pass
you
the
can
second
see, and you
controller.
can and you can see in the share your screen with visitor, but it's it does. I see that it does have the PS Plus stuff incorporated. So if you're a Plus member, visitor plays as you. That's kind of cool.
Right. I used to
That's
utilize.
That's a whole nother level of tech that I don't understand.
Yeah, I used to utilize share play on the PlayStation 4 when it was out. So me and my homeboy, like he would get games and I would get certain games, and then we just swap. We use share. I'd be like, "Hey, let me check out this game," and use share play on a PlayStation 4, and I would play it. It ran really well, and then so now you're talking about cross generational share play, which is crazy.
Yeah,
that's sick, and sharing a screen, because even with the PlayStation 5, you can do picture in picture between two PlayStation 5s.
And I know when I read about the update, they not only updated the system software for the PS5, they updated the PlayStation app with some new stuff. I don't remember what exactly was in it, but I do remember reading that there was some new stuff tied with PS5 owners that were going to get some features.
I think it's not live yet.
I think, if I remember.
It's not live yet.
It's coming later.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, but I was just like, I mean, they're going. I was like, I don't know who told me there wasn't PlayStation news coming out, because I'm just like, you could have fooled me.
It's rolling.
They are rolling.
You could have fooled me.
Since we started this show, like I think right before it was pretty silent. We started this show and it just keeps rolling and rolling. I don't know if it's because we've been paying more attention.
Well, yeah, I think, we look at our first show, like, I don't remember there being very much news, but man, after that, it's just been nonstop updates and news and everything. And I'm just like, God, Lord, I can't keep up with it.
Yeah,
but
it's
the technology stuff that it just, I'm fascinated with it. And I wish I had one, but I still have a PS4 Pro. So, I can still use some of this.
I'll share my screen with you. You got to add me as a friend on there, and I might share you a couple of PS5 games.
I'm gonna probably have to up. I'm probably got some system updates on that thing.
Yeah, I got for sure.
So I'm trying to rate. Let's say, including ability to join a multiplayer session on PS5. They must have like done. Sounds like they're doing a complete overhaul of the app almost.
It's not even
unless I'm mistaken.
No, it's not a complete overhaul, but it's like, so because the communities feature, so PS4 also got an update, and they took away the communities feature that they
right. I remember that,
and so now that removed, it's just them making jumping into games with your friends easier from anywhere. So you can do it from your app, or you can. I know
there's another cloud gaming service that was supposed to have all these cool features with their mobile app, but they still haven't gotten around to it.
Oh man,
I don't think it was Sony. Was it Stadia? It might have been them. I'm not sure. They might need to contact. Google might need to contact Sony to see how to do that, implement that stuff.
Yeah,
I think doesn't PS Now have a search bar too?
They got a search bar, and they got everything. Man.
You know what? Not for nothing. The PS Now, you open that up, it's clean, it's organized. I can scroll through it. I can go down. I got like family games. I've got fighting games. I can keep going down. I can see what's new. I can go down further and see alphabetical. I was like, God, I wish Stadia would do that, but
yeah,
not everybody can be like Sony.
Right, exactly.
Paul, damn.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna hear some flack the next time I'm live. Why are you streaming Stadia? I thought you would seem all about that PlayStation.
I was talking about that earlier. PlayStation leaker. It's another source that's been saying that Sony's Xbox Game Pass rival would probably. He states that it will include PlayStation Plus and also animes. So it's What's
In
their
the anime,
service again? Is it Funimation?
I'd skip out on the anime stuff. That's just not my forte. But
It's a Japanese
They gotta
company. You
get
have to
serious.
yeah,
keep that
so
in mind.
no, I completely understand that. Like, if they didn't add anime, I would be concerned. But the
Yeah.
only thing, like, I read this, and my only take is I'm hoping that I get it. You got movies, TV, anime, gaming. I'm hoping that it would somehow tie in with the PlayStation Now stuff too, some way, like some shape or form.
Well,
Like
that's where
it would tie all of it in together.
well, that's where the Japanese company comes in, and this is why PlayStation as a platform. Look, you get the American-made games, and then you got the Japanese-made game, and then a lot of Japanese, what they have anime. There's a lot of anime games on the PlayStation platform. So now you're talking about JRPG, talking about Jump Force, which is on the Xbox. But I'm just saying, like, Naruto's, So you say, hey, I'm playing Naruto. What was that? Ninja Storm, Naruto Ninja Storm, right? They make a new Naruto.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got sidetracked with that comment. Sorry, I got sidetracked with that comment. I apologize, JD.
Man. Put the thing on there. Say this now. But let's say the next Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm comes out, and then they tie it in with Boruto.
PlayStation.
Yeah, let's say they let's say they make it a Boruto, because that's the new anime. So that's the newest one. So they say they make a Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Now you got Boruto anime with Funimation and the PlayStation Now. See, it's that whole keeping you into the ecosystem.
Yeah.
No, it's some,
maybe maybe at some point stuff. And some point they're going to come out with an update. They're going to drop the bombshell and be like, "Look, we just updated. And we got a brand new Virtua Fighter."
Yeah.
And a new Tekken, guys.
Right.
A new Tekken is coming.
New Tekken, new Virtual Fighter.
You know what though? I used to love playing Tekken. That was one of my favorites. I almost like that more than I did the Street Fighter, and Street Fighter was my favorite over, especially because you had Mortal Kombat, you had Street Fighter, and you had Tekken. Those were your three big ones. I wasn't really big into Mortal Kombat. I mean, not everybody can be, a Mortal Kombat fanatic like Anthony. Ooh,
interesting
look at
news.
That.
I did not know about that.
I used to love playing the Street Fighter games, but Virtua Fighter was just a whole nother. And Tekken, those were different levels.
Yeah.
It's just.
Oh man. Hey man.
It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. But yeah.
Also, something else that happened that's quite interesting. Epic Games got a $1 billion funding round to support their long-term vision of the metaverse, in which Sony contributed $200 million. Sony Group Corporation. And seeing that they're pretty buddy these times, just look at Fortnite, what's going on there. Aloy has arrived there, and I think also Kratos is part of Fortnite. But they're doing a big thing with Aloy right now from Horizon Zero Dawn that is added over on Fortnite. And also, there's a bunch of other things, like the Unreal Engine is coming first to PlayStation 5, the new generation of it. There's an exclusivity to PlayStation 5 at first. There's a lot of things going on between Epic Games and Sony. And I think it's a very good move for them to do, because Epic Games, they're bleeding a lot of money, but they're also making a lot of money on other fronts.
Could you imagine if they added something like Fortnite over on PS Now?
Yeah, I mean,
it could happen.
I get it. They have it on GeForce now. I know that, but just like
Fortnite no longer requires PlayStation Plus to play on PlayStation. By the way, that's something they just changed. Like I think last week.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, imagine that, imagine that coming to PS Now, but as it doesn't have an expiration date. That would be
right.
That's what people want. Like, there are, like, I understand. There's just games that are still hot that people want in the cloud. So Fortnite's one of them.
Absolutely.
I don't play it. It's not my type of game, but it's still in. It's like trying to
very
understand how the
popular
heck
game.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is still a game that came out when it did, and it's still
Right.
the top dog on
I
on
still
services,
don't
and
understand
that's-
why people are making such a big fuss about it coming in the Game Pass. It was just on sale on PlayStation for
Yeah.
$20,
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm
and
saying.
it's the premium
man.
edition.
Like, who hasn't played Grand Theft Auto 5 yet? Like, it's been since
Well, I
Xbox
have GTA.
One.
Three
Well,
generations old.
and I have it for PC. I think Epic Game Stores had it on sale for like, I don't know, maybe $10-$20 too at one point.
Right.
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was during their free games when they were giving away free stuff. They gave that one away for free.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't need Game Pass to get that. I got it for free anyways. I didn't even pay anything.
Right.
I've got it on PC. I got it on PS4. I got it on PS3. So
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, very interesting to see where that will lead up. We're already seeing like the Unreal Engine and all that. Like, it's already coming to fruition with a lot of interesting stuff. But it looks like Sony and Epic Games are walking hand in hand, and it will keep on going for a long time here.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a major investment. And
Yeah.
isn't that the same amount that Sony just invested in Ubisoft?
I thought
200
Sony
million?
was broke. I thought Sony didn't have no money.
Yeah. I mean, they were going. They were. Sony was dead. They were. It was the same. I heard it was
thought they was
along the
black.
same lines as Stadia's dying and
They
Sony's
was in-
dying.
They was in the
Nobody can
black.
compete with Microsoft. Yeah, nobody can compete
Oh,
with
and-
Microsoft anymore these days.
Also, Sony is dead because they didn't buy Bethesda. That's been delivering broken games lately.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they have Insomniac, part of their catalog of studios, and Naughty Dogs.
They didn't invest in
Yeah.
Days Gone 2. Sony doesn't have any money.
Yeah.
All right. Things are going very well for Sony, for PlayStation. Heck, I think PlayStation makes more money than Sony.
I mean, it did. It brought them back from the brink of this financial bankruptcy. PlayStation 4
What are
did.
y'all talking about? Sony's been dead. Sony's been dead since they lost out on the Nintendo.
Right.
They never recovered from that.
Right. They never recovered from
not going to
Switch.
be it's not going to be the Sony PlayStation anymore. It's going to be the PlayStation Sony.
Yeah, there it
Yeah.
is.
they're just gonna drop Sony and it's just gonna be PlayStation. That's it.
PlayStation everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your PlayStation TV, your PlayStation phone, your PlayStation sound system.
Right.
They're going to release the PlayStation car.
PlayStation headphones, your Walkman. Yeah, it's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation laptop.
Hey,
say what you
they
want.
had- well,
PlayStation is selling.
Sony Vio laptops were pretty good stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
They had some good hardware under the hood. So
Yeah.
Sony always, I that's one thing I always liked about Sony is when you bought a plate, whether it was PS3, PS4, anything versus like say Microsoft systems. Yeah, I was a big Xbox supporter too, but when you have to deal with Microsoft, you understand that it's just a computer under the hood.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you have issues like you do with Windows 10. We all love Windows 10 when you have an update. Microsoft shoves an update out, and then they come out and be like, oh, sorry, guys, we're going to run another update because we accidentally screwed something up.
Didn't they tease VR gloves at some point?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Look,
Wow.
But, Microsoft gets the noise a lot of times because, when they're getting stuff, government contracts and things. And I'm just like, Sony don't need that. They don't have to buy the government to keep them on their side.
They just focus on gaming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sega, when Sega, like they had a Dreamcast and Sony was about to release a PlayStation 2, Sega tried to block them by telling the government that the PlayStation 2 chip was good enough to guided missile to attack the United States.
Oh my god!
Oh man.
Woo!
Like,
Talk
yeah, I
about
remember
some
that.
dirty tactics there, man.
Yeah.
Like, what gives?
And yet, but look at that though. They did that, and now look where Sony is, and what happened to Sega?
Sega makes games for Sony now.
Yep. Yeah, there it is. They need that partnership.
Although I will
It
say
does.
though, the biggest request for Sega is everybody still wants that infamous Dreamcast 2 to come out. And I wouldn't lie, if they ever did that, I would be buying it. I'm just saying, but I probably wouldn't because it'd probably be just as hard to get as the PS5.
Dreamcast 2 could happen in the cloud, though.
It'll just be on PS Now.
Yeah. Man.
Maybe that'll happen in the year 2077, where, as we've seen, the world will get great. Oh crap! Let's not. I might be get glitching through all that year. Yeah, they need to fix 2077 before it arrives. That year is
I don't
gonna
want to be
a
walking down the
disaster.
street and then I start twitching and then I'm stuck in a wall.
Yeah. I mean, I had the driver try to take me somewhere. He was just trying to throw me over in the water. He's trying to run us off. Man.
It's like once in that game, I beheaded someone with a katana, and the body was just like standing like upright, but doing it weird, and blood coming out of the neck. It was a really weird thing. Like, some pretty weird glitches happened in Cyberpunk. Anyway.
That's a game.
Oh man.
That game, it's a good game, but it's such a mess. I'm not playing it for a while.
I'd be interested to see how, like, I know like PS Now has Red Dead 1. I would love to see. It's too bad they don't stick Red Dead 2 in there as well. To just because it would be, I like certain games that I can kind of compare.
I
like
think it was there at a certain time.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't remember, but
I know GTA 5 was, but I'm pretty sure it was.
But remember, some of these games, these bigger ones, were on at a time when the service wasn't that great.
Yeah. Or it might have been GTA 5 I was thinking about. And
although I did happen to see, though, people were chatting in a Xbox Discord complaining about GTA 5 because it was like, I think they said it was capped at 720. I was like, oh, y'all was so hyped about GTA 5 coming to xCloud, and now you got that lovely input laggy 720p streaming going on there. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
It's the same resolution as when you play PS3 games on PS Now.
Right.
I don't know what I've played some PS3 games and they still look they still look better than when I had a PS3. So
both games I played last night were PS3 games, Sonic and Ratchet and Clank really got me hooked last night.
I mean, I tried an old, I don't know if it must have been Crazy Taxi. I just wanted, because I love that game. But I did that arcade one and that even looked better. Like, I can get Dreamcast emulator on my computer, but I can't get that kind of quality, even cranking it up. I'm just like, this is part of the reason. Like, I laugh like when people are like, MLB The Show is coming to xCloud.
Is it 30 FPS?
Oh damn!
Oh, man.
Damn! Ooh, that'll be. You know what? I'm gonna say this right now. That's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to try that out and play MLB The Show in the cloud at 720 on 30 frames per second. I'm gonna play that online too. Oh,
you're gonna see the ball arrive. Like, it'll take its time to make it. You're gonna try to bat it, and it's all already begun.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's knocking Sony, and I'm just like, really? Is it really worth knocking Sony because of that? Because how many people? I said what I've always said about the whole issue with like the show going to Xbox. The slightest issue, just the slightest input delay on xCloud, or the slightest flaw on the Game Pass.
Right.
If it's not the same level as PS4 and PS5, it doesn't matter how it could be. It doesn't matter if it's free. It doesn't matter. If it does not compare, it's going to be it's going to be the best. It's you're going to see people are going to. They probably won't even take that game. They would ask for a refund. I could see people asking for a refund of Game Pass because of that. And if you think of trying to play MLB The Show on your phone and you have any kind of input delay, because people will go on there and do that. But I bet you
That
they'd be
game's
doing it to
hard.
play multiplayer. But think of playing the show, and on xCloud you want to play it on multiplayer because then you can go around. But if you do a multiplayer and you have any input lag or delay, anything, a stutter, whatever, your game, you've already lost. You can't even. There's no promoting that game if that happens. And I would love to see.
Is it crossplay between PlayStation and Xbox?
I think they. I don't know. I don't know if they. I don't know. I know they were. I think I read something when they were beta testing it on Xbox. I think they were talking about maybe doing that, but that's a. I don't know if that would. I don't even know how that would handle because it'll be interesting because
it is play to
it is crossplay.
Yeah,
because that's a PS5 game developed for PS5 and was ported to Xbox probably like late in the development.
But that's,
I don't know how it's going to handle.
But the key word there is it was a port. It's not a. It was not. It was never going to be. Was never designed to be on Xbox. It is a port of a game over to another platform. Which you still. I don't care how many. You can say it's the greatest game ever. But when you're porting stuff, unless it's built from the ground up, and you basically rewrite the entire code to port it over. It's never the same experience. I'm sorry, but the show on a PlayStation to me, honestly, it will always have a better experience than me trying the show on an Xbox. And I hope it does successful. Because as a gamer, if I was an Xbox fan and I saw that, I would be pissed if I bought that game or I got it on Game Pass and it wasn't the same level. Because Sony fans are going to be waiting for somebody to stream that. And the minute it messes up, they're just gonna, it'll be over. They will. Xbox fans will never hear the end of it, But
you cannot expect it to run as well as it will on.
Oh PS5. No, there's no question, no way. Sony knows what. That's a Sony game. That means the game is literally going to take advantage of
the whole
that
game
stuff.
Is designed for the PlayStation 5.
Right.
My speculation on this is that if it doesn't run as well, it's just going to be an updated version of RBI Baseball. That's all you're getting. You're just getting an updated RBI Baseball with the MLB The Show slapped on it.
Oh, man.
Do just up your damage controlling now. Just face it, a Sony first-party studio game is in Game Pass for free, and if the game is trash, that makes the Sony studio looks bad.
It doesn't.
Game Pass.
It wasn't developed by Sony though. The developer for the Xbox port was not Sony.
It's who did
it was
the
MLB.
port?
MLB
does the publishing, but Sony is still the studio developing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't think it was the San Diego studio though. Was it?
Yeah,
it could have got a third-party studio. It was? Because I know, when you start the game, you have the splash with Xbox logo, and it spreads, and it pops onto the Sony PlayStation logo, PlayStation Studio, and the PlayStation Studio stocks in for longer.
Yeah.
It was okay.
San Diego Studios, yeah.
But you know what?
It's just a publisher. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I will wait we'll wait and see what happens when it comes out. If Sony is going to take feedback for it, or if it's going to come back to Microsoft like most things do, with a game on their system.
Right.
I wonder.
Maybe it will do good. I don't know.
How long ago did they know they had to port the game to Xbox though?
Since they was about to lose the license. Which was the year before? Yeah, it was last year.
Okay, so they had the full year to incorporate X.
Well, and remember and I do remember though that they were doing a beta testing for the show on Xbox.
That means Sony had an Xbox dev kit before the Xbox came out.
pretty sure MLB had a hand in that, and Microsoft probably wanted. If they got it on Game Pass, then yeah. The bigger question is, will that game look better than Microsoft first party studios? Oh man.
Wow. Anyway, so
I'm not gonna open that one. Oh man.
So we're 90 minutes in, which is pretty much this time we usually say we're going to take. So did you guys have any other things you want to bring forward?
I don't think so. I think we did pretty good with the covering things up.
Yeah.
Or covering up, covering all the hot topics that were dropping out in that I had, at least what I had seen.
Great.
I mean, any of the other real news that I pulled up was it's just been game launches that are planning for PS4 and PS5. So,
yeah,
I mean, we could almost do a whole show just on talking about these, every game that's coming in. They're just dropping left and right.
Oh yeah, there's a lot, but it's nothing groundbreaking that came out. It's just a lot of good announcements.
Yeah, but pretty much.
So, Stadia Vet, where can we find you?
Find me on Twitter and YouTube at Stadia Vet Gaming. So 1 to 3 shows. I haven't done as many shows as I have in the past because I'm still recovering I'm 2 weeks out from my post-op for my surgery on my knee. So it does get a little bit tricky just sitting at a table and, or sitting on the couch and playing games and streaming and all that stuff.
I face Crick as usual.
Every month.
Yeah, every month.
Yeah,
every month.
PS Now has games every month, same as about the same time as PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, it's their monthly update of we're getting new games and some are fading out.
Yep.
Regular stuff.
Same time as some of these other platforms that make their announcements.
So, what about you, JD? Where can we find you?
All right, man. You can find me here at CloudStationTV Wednesday nights going down, baby. And you can also find me on the Waypoint Gaming podcast on Thursday nights. If you missed the live with me, Rick Tone, Kiefer, and Project Storm, go and check that out. Hot topic. And
always fun to watch.
And then you can catch me on Stadia Bash Community Network is in the building. You can catch me on there Friday night fights. But I got some family stuff coming up, so I'll keep you guys posted for Friday. But yeah, you can catch me.
Oh yeah. I guess I should have given my shout outs to the SBCN because you guys, that's one other spot you guys can find me on the SBCN. Tuesday on Rock's Blog Bash and Fridays on my own show on the Stadia Vet Gaming channel on the SBCN.
Awesome.
Yeah, too much going on to keep track of all this stuff.
Yep.
It sure keeps us busy. There's no breaks now. So as for myself, DrSpaceman Games on Twitter, Twitch, and just DrSpaceman on YouTube. So this is me on CloudStationTV, and also I stream every Sunday evenings, nights. I used to do it on Twitch, but I might actually retransition back to YouTube. I don't know. Woo! Twitch is nice, but I feel like I prefer YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't want to I don't use Restream to do both at the same time because anyway, there's an agreement when you make affiliate that you're not allowed to do that. So, but I've been going from one to the other, but I like to be centered mostly at the same place, and I'm thinking of maybe ditching Twitch. Like if I have to choose between the two, I want to stay on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I might concentrate back my effort more toward YouTube and put Twitch aside. So I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, here on YouTube and every Sunday nights I stream somewhere, so you'll get the information around. So this is CloudStationTV, little logo spinning here. Had some fun this week. So thank you very much for joining us. Say goodbye, guys.
See you guys. I got to grab my Corona.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. Oh, it looks cold as well with a small lime wedge on it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Anyway, thank you all. Have a good night. See you around next
See
week.
you guys.
Yep.